Okay, so it's July 23rd, 2017, and I'm sitting here with my grandfather, Marvin Newman. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, what stands out in my mind is 1958. I was in a restaurant with a young lady on a date. I was in my second year of law school, and I saw a very pretty girl walk into the restaurant with another fellow. I knew the fellow she was with, but in looking at this woman, she was tall and blonde. I even remember what she was wearing. And I thought then and there I would like to marry her. I tried to introduce myself later in the evening to her date and who I knew, but hoping that he would introduce her to me, and then I could find out who she is and date her. But I think he suspected that I had those ideas and wanted to hang on to her. From my roommate at college, in law school, I found out who she was, called her, and we dated. And after 3 dates, I gave her my fraternity pin, which was an indication of very serious dating in my day. And then soon thereafter, gave her an engagement ring. And we were married in 1959 in Chicago. Following my graduation and passing the Illinois bar examination, this wonderful lady was Myrna Dobrin, and she has been my wife now for nearly 58 years.
Wow.
Shining light of my life. We are blessed. We have 4 precious daughters: Terry Stromfeld, Jamie Field, Joanne Garfinkel, and Jody Waller. Jody and Joanne are our twin daughters and were the last of the 4 born. I remember how proud I was to know that we had twins. In fact, when I was engaged, when Myrna and I were engaged, I told her that the probabilities are that we would have twins. She wanted to know why, and I said because I have 3 sets of twins on the maternal side and on the paternal and maternal side of my family. So it probably was genetic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the start of this beautiful family.
Mm-hmm.
The twin daughters, that my grandchildren's names are Adam Field and Zachary Field.
That's me.
The sons of my daughter Jamie and son-in-law Josh Field. And then there is Kevin Stromfeld and Daniel Stromfeld, the sons of my daughter Terry. Terry is the oldest of my 4 daughters. And then there is Andrew and Ashley, the children of my daughter Jody and her husband Jeff. And then there is
Joanne.
My daughter Joanne, who's the other one of my twins, and it's Joanne Garfinkel, and she has Alec Garfinkel and Blake Garfinkel, her 2 sons. It's her oldest, and then she has twin daughters. Hence, I have twin granddaughters as well as twin daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And the twin granddaughters are Chloe and Olivia Garfinkel. I'm proud of this beautiful family, and I appreciate every day the love I have for them and the love and happiness they give me.
Mm-hmm.
From my professional life, I've become a lawyer, and I practice law in Orlando, Florida, where Myrna and I have lived for 57 of our nearly 58 years of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
We raised our children here and have lived a wonderful life.
Mm-hmm.
I built a law practice in downtown Orlando. It was successful. But I began teaching in the early years of my practice at Rollins College as a lecturer. And then I realized something a few years later. I loved teaching above the practice of law. And that was what I longed for every day, were the days in which I would teach. And so I became a tenured professor at Rollins College. My first lecture there was 1961. My tenure came in 1972, and I retired in 2011. Not because I wanted to, but because I was the oldest tenured faculty member, living faculty member at that time. And I decided it's time to let young folks come in who have new and creative ideas. I've been retired since 2011, and what I do in these days is I swim 2 miles every day except Sunday. I used to be a runner in my younger days. For about 15 years, I would run 6 to 7 miles every day. I love exercise. I find it helps me mentally and physically to keep fit.
Now, you used to log a lot of your runs in journals, right?
Yes, I maintained journals which showed where I ran. Myrna and I used to travel a lot, and we would travel to Europe. In fact, we took our 4 daughters to Europe, to Asia, to various countries of the world. Even when the twins, Joanne and Jody, were as young as 4 years old, we took them to Tokyo and traveled through Japan. And that was an important part of our life. So in my journals, I kept notes of where I ran each day and different interesting incidents that came about on my runs. And those were beautiful times. And now we do travel, but a lot less. Cruising is easier for us now. I'm 82 years old, and Myrna, my beloved wife, is 77 years old. We're both in good health, happy and vigorous, proud of our family.
So you've talked a lot about family. What does family mean to you?
Everything. I believe that people cannot exist, cannot live. Maybe they can exist, but they can't live if you don't have people that you love with all your heart, and if you don't have people who love you. I think love is one of the most God-given blessings we have.
All right, thank you.